Hello everybody, John and Craig from Bushcraft. What we've done today, we've sat down, we're going through loads of kit, and we decided what would be a good idea is to talk about 3 or 4 beginner bushcraft items that you need, pros and cons of expensive versus cheap, ferro rods versus lighters, silky versus backhoe, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's just dive into it. Craig is going to go first, I think. Am I?
Okay, all right, yeah, no worries. Yeah, sort of like, I'm going to start talking about the Mora knife, the Mora Companion. These are the knives that we get all of our students use on our courses. They're brilliant. You can pick them up for about 15 quid. We sell them through sort of like our website, and they do everything that you need a knife to do for 15 quid. So they come absolutely razor sharp. They've got a Scandinavian grind on them, which is what all standard sort of like bushcraft knives tend to have. The only criticism I'd have with it is I wish the spine had a bit more of a right angle on it.
That's the only thing. That is the only thing.
Take a spark, but these are great. And sort of like when you learn into sort of like use knives and also learning sort of like tool maintenance, sharpening knives and things, you can make mistakes and get it wrong.
Yeah.
It's a 15 quid knife. If you do chip it or cock it up while you're sharpening it, you can just throw it away and buy another one.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Wild Way instructor knife. Bit dirty for me, actually.
That's probably because it's mine.
This is, I mean, these are a couple of £100, and that one does pretty much everything that this one does.
Yeah, it does exactly the same. And that's the thing with, like, you can go down rabbit holes and stuff with all this stuff, but if you're just getting started, then the Mora is ideal. I mean, I would not suggest to anybody to buy a 250 quid knife to start if you're just starting out, because it's just no need, is it? I mean, I know guys that use these, they've used them for years, and that's their main knife.
I mean, the only real major difference is obviously this is a full tang knife. So for those that don't understand what that means, the actual blade goes all the way through the sort of handle where you've got these 2 scales that sort of like rivet on either side, which gives it more strength. That kind of goes into like a little spike rat's tail where the handle is moulded around the spike. So arguably, well, it is less strong, but I've never seen one break before.
I've never seen one break, ever. Not through normal sort of use and stuff. I've seen other people posting photos of the tank coming out, but they must have been beating it like...
Not using it for what it's for.
Yeah, absolutely. 15 quid?
Yeah, they're brilliant. So sort of if anyone said, what is my initial tool should I buy, I would say the Mora Companion would be my first purchase if I was just getting into bushcraft.
Yes, if anyone wants to buy one, we can put some links around, but yeah, definitely 100%. You don't need to spend a lot of money on these sort of tools to start. We don't need to spend a lot of money anyway, but yeah.
We have everything in orange, so we don't lose it in the woods.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I don't know why everything is in military OD green a lot of the time, but yeah. My choice, keeping on the end cutting tools, we looked at saws. Now that's the Backhoe Laplander, again in orange. Push and pull saw, so it cuts efficiently on a pull stroke and on a backstroke. They're nice and cost effective, about 25 quid.
Yeah.
You pay more for the orange randomly. I'm not entirely sure why, but you do. Yeah, they're the ones that most schools will run with. And I used one of these for absolute years.
Me too.
And then I kind of veered over to the Silkies, which are a pull saw, so it only cuts one direction, which is fine. It's just a different way a saw works. Yep. But they certainly feel more quality item, but they are a lot more expensive. Right? That's 30 quid or 20 quid, and that's 65.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they're 3 times the price, pretty much.
So, I mean, I wouldn't recommend a Silky to someone starting out. No.
I lent one to my son. I lent the big boy to my son, and he snapped the blade on it.
Yeah, like that. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
They do have a tendency to snap through misuse, essentially. People pull it back, and then as they push forward, it kind of kinks and then snaps. Whereas the Laplanders definitely have the ability to bend. They don't. I've never seen one of those.
No, I've not. No,
but I have seen them like chicanes at Monaco.
Yes.
So it depends on what you're sort of after.
Yeah. I can't explain. I don't know why this is more efficient than that one. But the pull stroke. Do you know why? The pull stroke is more efficient than the push and the pull.
Yeah.
And these do go through wood a lot quicker. than the Laplander.
They leave us a finer cut as well.
Yeah.
They definitely leave a smoother cut. I use this one, this Pocket Boy, is in my carving kit, and I use it for stop cuts and where I want the edges to be really, really smooth. This is basically a more of a less refined, just pruning saw, which...
Perfect for starting.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect for starting, but, you know... Yeah, so if you're starting out, Laplander. If you decide you want to spend a bit more money, then Silky. But Laplander would be our recommendation to start with. Just have to watch your fingers. You don't slice your fingers in there. Yeah, hatchets. Yeah. You like that one?
I do. Yeah. I mean, this is one of yours. You've had this a long time.
Yeah.
This is the Wildlife Hatchet by Gransfors. And I love Gransfors products. They just feel lovely, and I get a warm feeling.
Fuzzy feeling.
Every time I hold one or use one.
Yeah.
That's the Adler, isn't it?
So this is the new. Yeah, we've just taken these, got these for students, and we've actually got them in the store. The Adler axes are a hell of a lot less refined. But if we were talking, as with this video is about beginner tools, it's the perfect beginner hatchet and axe in regards to bushcraft. I do like this little textured handle that they have, and the little colourway there. But the black handle there is textured. It's almost like sandpaper almost. But they are a hell of a lot less refined compared to like 64 quid compared to 100.
These are 100, 110. Yeah, sort of like depending on where you go. The sort of handle on here is a bit more refined, sort of like it's a bit more,
everything about it is
slinky. It feels nicer to hold, and
it feels premium.
It does,
as opposed to
it does.
A more entry level tool.
Yeah,
but essentially they do the same thing.
Yeah,
just
a little bit like going back to the Mora knife. Sort of like when you're starting to use these tools, occasionally you're going to make mistakes, and sort of like your technique for different things isn't going to be as good.
Yeah,
something like this, you could potentially take a little chip out of the edge, or you might hit the actual handle, and it's not as much of a drama as if you do that to something like this.
100%.
But they're really good. Sort of like we've used them in the woods, and
this Scout model goes. It doesn't have any problems with it in its regard its use and stuff like that. It's nice to use.
Doesn't have the initials of the person.
It does not have the initials. No, right. So Gransfors. If you don't know, Gransfors have the initials of the person that made it. And Craig, being the sort of person that Craig is, wanted all of his axes to have the same initials. Did you ever manage it?
No, I didn't. I did attempt it though.
You did attempt it.
I got two. I got two that are the same. I got two that are the same.
Fair enough. Well, this one does not.
You can even go to the factory and meet the person who did it. Yeah.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? It's Craig's 50th in May, so maybe we do that.
Yeah. That would be good. That
would be good. I've been trying to get him to go to Vegas or Amsterdam, but he's like, nope. Well, let's go do something. Let's go for a walk on the beach. Yeah,
I'm easily pleased.
I'm easily pleased. Yeah, but that Gransfors tour to meet your axe maker, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be good. That would be good.
So axes aside, then, ferro rods versus cigarette lighters.
Yeah.
If you're brand new to bushcraft, you're probably going to be using things like cigarette lighters. But the classic tool is the ferrocerium rod, or the fire striker. Some people call it flint and steel, but whatever, it isn't. It's a ferrocerium rod. Benefits of using that over that?
Obviously, number of uses. So sort of like you don't have to refill it. So you probably get 10, 15,000 strikes out of that.
When we got them made, so this is the Wild Way one we've just had made actually, and it's got 20,000 strikes. Hexagonal. To give you a bit more surface area in scraping, big solid scraper. Now we use these to make fire everywhere from sort of the Arctic Circle in Finland to the New Forest, and everywhere in between. And it's slightly softer than the normal stuff, so you can get loads of sparks out of it really easily. That's the thing I'd say about ferro rods, is that you should probably spend a bit more money on a ferro rod as a beginner.
You can buy, like as a beginner, sort of like if you're looking, you can buy ferro rods on eBay for like 50p.
But they're made out of titanium, and
they're awful. Yeah, they're awful. It's worth spending a little bit of extra money and getting a decent fire steel.
So Kapulka do a really good one.
Yes, they do.
Beginner.
Yeah, Castrum.
Castrum do a really good one. We do a really good one. So as well, Forest Fundamentals do good ones as well in different various ways. So there's loads of good ferro rods on the market these days for relatively not a lot. I mean, that comes in at about 19.95, 20 quid.
Yeah.
But there are other options out there. Cigarette lighters are great, but they don't tend to work when it gets really cold. So anything about sort of minus temperatures, they tend to stop working in the morning. They take a little bit of a while to get going. Again, the way you light a fire with, for those beginners watching this, the way you light a fire with a cigarette lighter or a ferrocerium rod, basically exactly the same.
Yeah.
You just get in a different ignition source. But that would be like a very sort of quick rundown on the basic tools you need.
Yeah.
If you're going to get into bushcraft, you kind of definitely need a knife. So that's got to be your first purchase. We'd all recommend going with the Moras.
Yeah.
All right. You definitely need a saw. So a Baco Laplander is about 20 quid. So far you've spent 40 quid. All right. A ferrocerium rod, another 20 quid. So what's that? 60. Quick maths. And then a hatchet. Now you don't necessarily need a hatchet. All right. Don't feel like you need an axe to start with.
No.
You can batten with your Mora. It's only when you start coming in to do bigger stuff you need a hatchet. So essentially you can get into bushcraft for about 60 quid for the tools you need if you're not staying out, which makes it a pretty cost effective way of getting into a hobby in the outdoors.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I hope that was useful. We'll put some links in the bottom of there for products and stuff if anybody wants any. If you do, great. If not, don't worry about it. And we plan to do more of these videos of me and Craig in the workshop because it's getting cold now and
it's freezing this morning.
It is. Well, not as sprightly as it was for. So we're going to come in here and do some more kit videos and talk pros and cons of X, Y, and Z. But yeah, hope you found that useful. Catch you later and see you in the woods one day. Bye.